Hello and welcome to the next talk on how to work faster on Windows computers. Today we are going to talk about some of the methods of how to work with text editors. The text editors mean all the types of text editors that give you where you can type your text. It may be an email, it may be a notepad, it may be a Microsoft Word or OpenOffice Word file or other text editors. In all of these places, you will have these shortcuts working pretty well. So to start with, let's have a notepad. Let's say this is a kind of a notepad. So here I have got a lot of text written already on it. Now, how do I move from one part to the other part? So you can see the first thing that you need to see is how to move from one end of the text file to the other end. To start with, let's say if you are at the start of the document. So this is your document. Your cursor right now is here. Now you want to go to the end of the file. How do you go it? If you are not a pro, you would be using this scroll bar. You would be using this scroll bar to take it down and then do it. Down and up, down and up. You will put it down and then put your cursor here. But this is not a good method of doing it. The method of doing it is that if you are at the end, you press the Ctrl Home button. Ctrl plus Home. You go to the beginning of the document. Similarly, if you are at the start of the document and you want to go to the end of the document, then you do Ctrl plus End. You go to the end of the document. This document right now has only 60 lines. But see, for example, if you have got a document that has got, let's say, 50,000 lines or 100,000 lines, would you still be using this thing? If you do that, your scrolling time would be much higher. Let me give you an example with an Excel sheet. So let's say, for example, this is your Excel sheet. Right now, you are at line number 5, or let's go to line number 1. That is 1. I want to go to the end of the document. If you use this scroll, you see this scroller is here. So you would be doing it something like this, maybe. And if you keep on doing it, it's cumbersome actually. It keeps on going, but it will take you a lot of time. Then you come here and then probably you can use this thing, and that is how you will come here. This will take you a lot of time. So what is the method of going to the beginning of the line? Here also you can use that Ctrl Home button. Ctrl Home. You are at the first line, the second line of the document. If you press Ctrl End, you will go to the end of the document. So this is the end of this document in one go. This is how you use the Ctrl Home and Ctrl End button. Similarly, for Microsoft Word also, you can also do the same thing. Ctrl Home, you go to the top, Ctrl End, you come to the end. Next is how to move the cursor to the beginning of a line. Now, let's see, for example, I'm on this text file. It has got several lines. Let's say, for example, line number 11. My cursor is at the beginning. I want to go to the end of the line. How do I do that? If you're using mouse, then you will go from here and then put it here and then write something. And I told you that mouse is a stick. You should not be using a stick. So the method of doing it is keep your mouse away at the top somewhere and work with your keyboard. So how do you go to the start of the line number 11? This line number 11, how you go there? You press the home button. That is at the end. You press the end button, you come to the end of the line. Now, this one, how do you move the cursor to the beginning of a line? So let's say Control, if I press Control Shift this is doing one by one. How does it do it? It selects. Suppose if you do Control Right Arrow, sorry, the left arrow, it will go backwards, word by word. And if I do it the right way, Control plus right arrow button, it will select one by one each of the word, and that is by doing it Control plus Shift plus right arrow button. So if you are selecting one word, then you see you use Control plus Shift plus right arrow. One word is selected. Another word, Control plus Shift plus right arrow. Another word is selected. If I keep on Control plus Shift pressed and then press the right arrow button, I'll keep on getting the other word selected. Now, if you select the same thing using mouse, it is going to be very cumbersome. See this. Move this. You will have to have a very good control of the mouse. That is not always possible. You do not have that much of control. That is why you should be using these keyboards to select. Next, move the cursor to the beginning of the next word. Let's say, for example, this one. How do I move the cursor from here to, let's say, here? Control End. So Control plus arrow button here. Control plus arrow button. It will keep on moving. That is how you do it. Select the next word. Control. This I have already told you. Select the previous word. This I have told you. This will work not just in Notepad. It will work also in Word. So let's say I want to select this. I want this. You can see the shortcut I am using on the left side of the screen. And let's say, for example, I'm using this. This is how I will do. Control Shift Right Arrow, Left Arrow. And if I want to select the next line, Control Shift and up arrow. It is selecting line by line. Okay. Now, same thing you can do it here also. So I can select it one by one like this. Or if I want to select the whole of the Excel sheet, I'll press Control Shift up arrow. The whole thing is selected. The whole column is selected. You can see the count. This column has a total of 1,29,000 lines, and all of them are selected in one go with just one combination of keystroke, Control Shift plus up arrow. If I want to select the B column also, I can simply press the Shift button and then right arrow. That is also selected. This one is also selected. Similarly, let's say, for example, I am here and I want to select the column A, B, C, and D. Okay, so I'll go to the beginning end of the line by pressing the Control plus down arrow button. and then I'll press Ctrl Shift Up Arrow button. I'll select the top part of it. I'll press the down arrow button once while my Shift button is pressed, and I will leave the first column because that is the heading. Heading I do not want. Then my Shift button is pressed. I'll just press the right arrow. This. If not, I can simply press Control button also, and then the right arrow. All of this is selected once. So this is how you work with the control button and the arrow buttons that you have. This will work on all the text editors, plus maybe on some other places also. Once you know it, once you start using it, you will see that this is a very useful shortcut that will help you have a very pro look, and you will feel that okay, you have got a control of the computer. Whatever your computer is doing, you will consider that okay, you have a control over this. Keep on practicing it, and I hope that you will learn a lot and you will have a lot of confidence while working on the computers, and you will have more productivity, and you will be happy with the work that you do on your computers. Thank you.